And welcome to another edition of Talk Utah. I'm Trip Mitchell, your Holly Love, and Holly you've pulled out all the stops today.
Okay, what do you mean?
Pull your hands away. These are Holy jeans, and I had the audacity to criticize these jeans, and I found out that they're worth more than I pay a month in a car payment.
I didn't tell you how much these jeans cost.
The crew did. And
Thanks, guys.
So you were in Hollywood. Did you just pick those up this last week?
Well, you know, we did a little picking up of some cool stuff in Hollywood. What can I say?
By the way, you got ratted out.
What?
Aaliyah, our producer, was down there. You were staying with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she said in the middle of the night, 5 o'clock in the morning, you talk about work. You literally talk in your sleep about...
I know I have a problem. She said every time, like, she would get up to go to the bathroom, I would tell her, like, stuff we could do and we should be doing. Like, it doesn't stop.
It does,
Oh, no.
it does not stop. It does not stop. So you had a great trip to Hollywood.
We did.
But what I want to talk to you about this morning is rudeness
Rudeness?
in shoppers. Okay, I've got a list of
Here
rude
we go.
behavior for shoppers.
Okay, let's
Number
go.
one on the list?
Yes?
Know how you're going to pay. Doesn't it drive you wicky-wacky? You're behind someone in line. They have 49 items.
Yes.
The woman rings it up.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the person goes, how am I going to pay? Oh, a check. So then she roots around, or he, in her purse. Okay, maybe I got a little trouble there. The individual roots around in a purse.
So you're saying the majority of the time that this happens, it's a female?
98.
For you?
98%.
Okay.
Then they pull the checkbook out, and then they write the check real slowly.
Uh-huh. Well, you got to get it
then
right.
it comes as a shock that they've got to have ID. This whole process, if I'm behind one of those individuals in line, it
What
drives
happens?
me nuts. I go wicky-wacky.
I would love to be there, just a little fly on the wall, to watch this process happening.
So know how you're going to pay. So let's say it's a $20 item, have $25 out and sit there. Get ready, okay? Second item, don't be rude to the cashier.
Yeah, that's a
Do
big
not
thing.
talk on your cell phone while you're queued up in line.
Yeah, that's rude. I'm with you there.
Third, take items out of, when people put a basket up on the conveyor belt, take stuff out. It saves a lot of work for the cashier.
Do you go bag your own groceries?
Yeah, when I go to the cheap market, which we'll talk about in the future, my favorite the market over on the west side that is so inexpensive, will save tons of money. And then finally, okay, if you've got 40 items, don't go to the 15 and under. That is the worst.
Yeah,
So
that's really rude.
the trip rules. If you're in line, know how you're going to pay, because that's just consideration for shoppers behind you and people.
There are lots of rules.
Well,
But they're good. They're good rules. I'm with
Do
you
you have any
there.
rules?
I think I agree with every single one of your rules. And jump in and help bag. I worked at a Reams grocery store, the Turtle Reams in Provo, when I was in college and like 17 and first starting out, and I was a cashier and a checker. I agree with all those rules, especially be nice to the cashier
Oh,
and
that
the
is so
checker.
important.
And
You
if
know,
you can
even
go help out and bag, that's really nice too, because sometimes the bagger leaves you and it's really stressful.
You're easily the best bag lady I've ever worked with in television. We'll be back after the
What can I say?
short break. You're watching Talk Utah. That's Holly Love, and I'm Trip Mitchell.
We did the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the neurologists and all the different ologists. Brain Balance was able to put their finger on it and say, this is exactly why she's struggling.
If one hemisphere of the brain dominates the other, learning and behavior are affected. Brain Balance fixes this connection, resulting in life-changing improvement.
At school, the teachers can't believe the change that has come about.
This is not my kid anymore. This is this totally different kid.
System Networks has been helping companies nationwide for a surprisingly low price. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient and able to focus on the work they do. System Networks has the most sophisticated and secure cloud services in the country and programs like Office 365. Plus, System Networks can customize data plans to meet the budgetary needs of any sized company.
My name's Jeff Laramie. I'm the CEO of Beans and Brews Coffee House. I originally called System Networks because we wanted to try outsourcing our IT. I would highly recommend System Networks because they've been a fantastic IT partner for us. They're super reliable, very knowledgeable, and they've just been a great overall consultant for us.
Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, Trip Mitchell, you have prepared some news you can use for me today. I feel like I'm flying like.
Well, you were in Hollywood all week. You were auditioning. I've heard.
Well, no, we were working and we were shooting, and it was crazy. And I've been preparing for stuff for this show and for our next show.
You were auditioning. You admit it.
And so I'm not really sure what's going to happen next. I'm a little nervous when you're just going to throw stuff at me. But you said you have some good stories for us.
Well, we do. And this is something that's not necessarily happening in Utah, though Utah has addressed it in the past. But what communities around the West are doing is passing laws to make parents responsible if they have a party at their house where kids drink underage.
Well, that's a fantastic thing.
Because, you know, effectively what happens is kids go out, you know, they can't go to bars and they typically can't buy at liquor stores, but parents make their...
There's always that kid with the parents who will have some booze.
You know, and the parents...
Which is horrible because it causes brain damage if you have alcohol before a certain age. It's like, it's really a bad thing. There's all kinds of studies and...
Well, and irrespective of that, from a driving standpoint, that's the one that scares me.
Yeah.
Is, you know, young drivers are having challenges regardless. And, you know, this is such a curse on America. And what, you know, if parents don't have enough common sense to realize that they shouldn't allow their kids to party at their house, kids can wait till they're legal. I mean, you know,
plenty of time. Life is long.
The second story I want to talk about is something that happened in Salt Lake, where a group of people got together to memorialize the homeless people that died this last year.
Yeah.
And
like 70 or something, right?
70 homeless people died. And, you know, I feel as a religious person, it's how you take care of the less fortunate.
Yep.
And I don't know what Salt Lake or Salt Lake County needs to do to take care of that, but that's really unfortunate. And we actually had a woman pass away close to the TV station, a homeless woman, earlier in the year in the summer, and it's just so tragic. And I don't necessarily know what to do about the problem.
Is it? I'm wondering. Is it because of the cold? Is it the weather conditions? Is it food? Is it drugs and alcohol? So do we need to just provide more help for them to be able to get off drugs and alcohol? More? Do you think that's a possible solution?
Well, oh yeah, there's no question. More resources need to be spent. You know, it's a psychological issue. It's a substance abuse issue. But it's how can we be the greatest state in the country? Salt Lake Valley, the best place to live, and still have 70 homeless people die. It's pretty tragic. And
it is really sad.
And maybe some resources need to be redirected there in some respects. But it's something that was very worrisome when I saw, and I was pleased that a group took time to point out the problem and make the rest of us aware of it. So
yeah, I agree.
We're going to learn about how we can solve some challenges with the youth and some educational challenges and how kids can fit in a little better.
We're going to talk Utah Kids again. Yeah.
We love to do it. We'll be back after the short break.
If you've been looking for alternative healthcare, imagine coming into a facility where you can meet with someone who specializes in your condition and then takes your exam findings and meets with a team of specialists to come up with a combined approach that will put you back on the path to health. At Integrated Wellness, they have everything from a medical doctor to an allergy specialist on staff. All combined, they can treat conditions ranging from rheumatoid arthritis to allergies, even chronic fatigue. Call Integrated Wellness for your consultation so you can be on the path to wellness today. At Salt Lake City Med Spa, beauty goes way beyond skin deep. While Dr. Brent Larson is nationally sought after for his unique ability to combine precision and skill with artistry and the latest technology, including Ultherapy, the amazing non-surgical facelift with no downtime, and Cool Sculpting, the safe, easy, non-surgical way to eliminate those stubborn fat areas. He also specializes in diet, exercise, and hormone therapy. So if you're feeling tired, anxious, have weight problems, or you're on depression medication that just isn't working anymore, call for a free consultation with Dr. Larson and discover how fast bioidentical hormone therapy can re-energize your life, making depression and anxiety disappear in as quickly as a few days. Plus, mention this ad and receive 30% off any procedure. Salt Lake City Med Spa, where beauty goes beyond skin deep. System Networks has been helping companies nationwide for a surprisingly low price. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient and able to focus on the work they do. System Networks has the most sophisticated and secure cloud services in the country and programs like Office 365. Plus, System Networks can customize data plans to meet the budgetary needs of any sized company.
My name's Jeff Laramie. I'm the CEO of Beans and Brews Coffee House. I originally called System Networks because we wanted to try outsourcing our IT. I would highly recommend System Networks because they've been a fantastic IT partner for us. They're super reliable, very knowledgeable, and they've just been a great overall consultant for us.
Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best.
And welcome back to Talk Utah. Now, Holly, I know that education and learning challenges has been very important to you, and you've been out researching it. Tell me what you found.
Well, you know that problems and issues that affect Utah's kids are always a top priority for us at Talk Utah. And last month, I had the opportunity to go down to Brain Balance Center in Pleasant Grove, Utah. It was their grand opening. I talked with the national founder, Dr. Robert Malello, and the local executive center director, Tammy Bingham. And since that show has aired, I've been overwhelmed by the response of friends and family and friends of family and friends and friends and friends of family that have been in contact with me asking me for more information. So, the national statistics are staggering. Children that are struggling with learning disabilities and being diagnosed with them, it's an increase of 15 to 20% a year. And it is on the rise, and that is also including behavioral issues and social issues. And it's a really scary problem, but it starts to get close to home when you realize so many people around you come out of the woodwork and they're like, my child has been suffering with this, my niece, my grandchild has been suffering, and we are losing hope. We're not sure what to do. We've tried everything. And Brain Balance has a unique approach. It's a drug-free approach, and the way that they look at how to help children overcome and do well beyond the diagnosis, beyond the learning disability, and do it without drugs, and it's a pretty incredible program.
And what psychologists have noticed is your kids' self-value and self-worth started at a very early age. And if a kid suffers in grade school and perceives himself to be not as smart or herself as not as smart or active or good at things, that can affect them their whole life. And you look at people who are super successful later in life, and they carry the baggage of suffering earlier in life.
Yeah.
So this is a situation, whatever we can do for our kids, to give them that sense of self-worth. And I'm not one of those guys who said, give everyone a trophy. I believe in you got to, hard work is its own accomplishment, but to have the skills to be able to work hard and succeed is so very important.
Yeah, well, I had an opportunity to talk with a parent who had a couple of children who have gone through the Brain Balance program and hear about her experience, as well as a couple of the children that one had graduated and her little brother is knee-deep in the program. And so let's take a look. We'll have a little bit more of a look at Brain Balance Center of Utah and what they're doing down there to help our kids. So I have Hallie and Garrett with me, and you two are brother and sister. And how long have you been doing the program, Garrett?
About 3 months.
About 3 months. And what was it like before you started? As far as learning and school?
I was struggling with math and reading. I couldn't focus on the page of the books.
And since you've been coming to Brain Balance, has that gotten easier?
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome. So what else do you like about coming here?
I like doing the rock wall and the balance beam.
Okay, so Hallie, for you, how long did you go to the program before you graduated?
I think it was about 6 months.
About 6 months? And what was it like before in school for you?
I had a hard time with math and writing, but now one of my favorite subjects is math and reading.
That is awesome. Congratulations. So when you came here, you weren't necessarily just working on math and reading, right?
Yeah.
You were doing all kinds of different things, like smelling stuff, and what else did they have you do?
They have us do clapper and in the other room you have to do like stuff that you would normally do at school, and this is my favorite room.
This is your favorite room? You were really awesome on the balance beam.
Thank you.
Okay, Garrett, what is your most favorite thing that you do when you come to Brain Balance?
The monkey bars.
The monkey bars. You were really awesome at that.
Thanks.
You were working with Paul, and I think that you're stronger than him. You had been climbing on those for a long time, and you came in here and just totally were. I can't do that. I would probably fall down for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I am here with Arlene. Arlene, you have two beautiful boys who have graduated from Brain Balance. Tell me about, your experience from kind of start to finish. What was it like when you first realized your boys needed something more? They needed some help.
My youngest, Gavin, is 10 years old, and he has a diagnosis of ADD inattentive.
Mm-hmm.
And my 12-year-old son has a diagnosis of mild Asperger's syndrome. And each of them have amazing strengths, but they also have their individual areas that they've struggled with over the years.
So after your boys went through the program, what was it like? Because you mentioned that your oldest son was struggling the most with actually completing homework and turning in assignments, and now what is it like? Has that improved?
Well, yes. Brain Balance was able to help my husband and I understand why it took us 3 to 4 hours every single day to do homework, why assignments took all day Saturday and Sunday. It was frustrating to him, and it was frustrating to us. He didn't have a life. A child should have a balanced life and enjoy playing outside and being with friends, but it seemed like we were always trying to catch up with homework assignments and school assignments and those types of things, and no one could ever tell us why this was happening, why we had this boy, and we were told had this intellectual capacity of a college level student, and he was 11 years old, but yet couldn't finish his assignments and couldn't perform those tasks. As we've gone through the program and finished the program, those tasks have become much easier. He's more willing to sit down and do assignments. He still struggles completing assignments, but we see a great improvement where he would push back and would want to avoid assignments altogether. He's willing to go to school after school every day and work with his teachers to get assignments finished, and he's willing to complete assignments and work on these harder projects that take a long time. And we've actually received emails from teachers saying, what's different about Bronson? Something has changed within this child. He comes to class, he participates, and he's actually putting work onto paper. And literally that was the one thing that was his biggest struggle, was putting his thoughts and his answers on paper.
But the thoughts were there, and
they
the
were
brilliance
there.
was there.
Right.
It was just being able to do that follow through.
Right. And it was the fine motor development, and that's something no one could ever tell us before, is that his fine motor development just hadn't matured to where it needed to be, and that they could help, they could improve that. And we're seeing that every single day and every single week, and we're hoping that as time goes on we're going to see greater improvement, and I'm sure we will.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
And welcome back to the show. That is very impactful video. Great job on that.
Well, the thing that's interesting about Brain Balance is you don't need to have a diagnosis. Your child doesn't need to be diagnosed with Asperger's or with ADD or any of those problems in order to go there. But if they have been, that's okay too. They don't do any of the diagnosing. It's just if you have a child that's been suffering with any type of a learning disability, or if they're having behavioral issues or social issues, it's like they're a place that offers some hope. And it's a unique approach because they're not using medication. They're actually saying that it's not brain damage. It's just brain developmental delays. And so therefore, if you can strengthen the weak side of the brain, you've got a child that can function so much better. And we talked about this the last time about how, you have these people out there that are so brilliant, and yet they cannot be able to communicate or talk with people. And so I think we see these problems all over the place, and it's kind of cool to have a place that is figuring out how to help people do something and overcome it.
And Michael Lewis, who's the author of the book The Blind Side, talks about a gentleman who's got Asperger's who solved the financial crisis, but yet he's a practicing Stanford-educated physician but couldn't get along with people. And who knows if a Brain Balance had been around earlier in his life, could have that,
helped him. And I have a niece right now that is knee-deep in the program. She's been there, I think, a month or so. And the difference in her is just amazing. Like, I'm blown away every time I'm around her. And so what they are doing, it's an incredible program.
And where
oh, by the way, yeah, locations. Thank you. You're gonna clue me in here, right?
Well,
Keep me on task. 'Cause
I was balanced, but go ahead.
You were balanced. Well, we've got St. George, we've got South Jordan, and we've got Pleasant Grove. And even if you mention that you saw this on Talk Utah, they will give you a $250 scholarship. They always have free consultations to go in and talk with a brain balance consultant about your child, what you're going through, what you're struggling with. So give them a call, mention you saw them here, you'll get a discount, and hopefully we can get some kids feeling better, doing better.
That's the most important thing. We'll be back after the short break.
She had a lot of trouble in school.
He had some impulsivity issues.
He was having a lot of meltdowns, a lot of tantrums. I feel like all I did was yell at my kid all day.
Brain Balance is the answer for your kid because it didn't just mask the problems, it actually addressed the issue.
We started seeing huge differences in her behavior.
It's a totally different life.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website for a free idea kit. Endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed or ability. Perfect for year-round health, fitness, and relaxation. Call our toll-free number or visit our website for your free Endless Pools idea kit.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I don't know how you can be alive right now and not be hearing about North Korea, the movie The Interview. I mean, it's insane. And you know what's awesome is you broke this story when we had Chris from System Networks on.
Well,
You're a brilliant person. I'm gonna give you props right now, Trip Mitchell, because that was really cool.
And what we learned from Chris is that he was worked with the FBI and NCIS, which is an actual division of the Pentagon for all their systems information stuff. By the way, ask me what I'm doing for my New Year's resolution.
Oh wow! What are you doing for your New Year's resolution, Trip?
I am tearing up my script. I wrote a comedy.
Oh dear.
About Kim Il-jung or Jung-il Kim or whomever.
Kim Jong-il?
Kim Jong-il.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote another comedy.
Okay.
About him having Dennis Rodman come in and have a basketball team that comes over and plays in the United States. I fleshed this thing out. It is such a funny comedy, and I'm tossing it. It is going. I'm 110 pages in on this script. Mm-hmm. What better comedy could you have?
I have no idea, and I don't know where you're going. So
well,
what's
I'm going to
next?
circle back to
Okay, we're waiting.
Sony,
we're going to circle.
Okay, Sony Pictures.
Okay.
They are between a rock and a hard spot. They've made the determination that they've got a bomb on their hands.
Yeah.
Both figuratively and
So
literally.
give me the true details, because I've tried to not listen because it makes me so annoyed.
So this week, basically what happened, North Koreans or whomever this terrorist organization came out and threatened physical violence if theaters showed the movie.
Okay.
And so basically what Sony is doing is, my guess is that they've got an insurance out. If this thing never sees the light of day, that they'll have some, and I've not heard this anywhere, I just know a lot of people in the industry, because they have just folded this thing up. They're not going to release it.
It's not going to come out. They're not going to do it. Too many
and my
risks.
guess is there's an insurance, I'm not 100%, but there's an insurance element in here for them to mitigate the loss. And being an actress.
And the news is just going crazy on this, though, and saying that they're wrong for not releasing it. What do you think?
Well, I don't think that we can ever be intimidated by third-rate countries when it comes to culture. We have the greatest culture in the world. We have the greatest movie business in the world.
So you think they should release it?
I do, very much.
Get it out.
So. But that being said, you have to respect individual business people for taking a look at their situation, the safety of theater. Let's say hypothetically that some kook, not even attached to this organization, blew up. We've had a lot of violence in theaters. If something bad were to happen, Sony would have so much potential liability.
Man, I can see why they want to talk about it so much, because
But the fun part is you find out
hard.
how much these yin-yangs in Hollywood make, and it's millions upon millions of dollars. And we are so lucky. That's why you were down auditioning. We'll be back after the short break.
At Salt Lake City Med Spa, beauty goes way beyond skin deep. While Dr. Brent Larson is nationally sought after for his unique ability to combine precision and skill with artistry and the latest technology, including Ultherapy, the amazing non-surgical facelift with no downtime, and Cool Sculpting, the safe, easy, non-surgical way to eliminate those stubborn fat areas. He also specializes in diet, exercise, and hormone therapy. So if you're feeling tired, anxious, have weight problems, or you're on depression medication that just isn't working anymore, call for a free consultation with Dr. Larson and discover how fast bioidentical hormone therapy can re-energize your life, making depression and anxiety disappear in as quickly as a few days. Plus, mention this ad and receive 30% off any procedure. Salt Lake City Med Spa, where beauty goes beyond skin deep.
And welcome back to the show. Well, this has been a great show. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
No, we're not leaving yet. No,
Oh, we're
no,
not?
no. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get out before you give me some garbage, which I
Well,
know
see-
is coming.
Tripp, here's the thing. You started out the show today by pointing out that you acknowledged that you were old.
You know, they're doing
I mean-
the rap signal.
No, they're really not. We're good. Everyone's excited about this because we were working late last night and we were trying to figure out, everything we needed to do for the shoot, and we were trying to get a hold of you. We needed some input from the brilliant Tripp Mitchell, and you were MIA. Your phone was going straight to voicemail at 8:15. So I called your neighbor, thinking, well, surely it must be a neighborhood thing. You live in Sugar House. There's always fun things happening. And she's like, she knew that you went to bed before her little girl Gabby, who's like, what, 4? You were in bed asleep by like 8:15, Tripp Mitchell.
Well, but I
In your jammies, out.
Gabby stays up late for a 3.5-year-old. No, here's how it's.
Is this a normal thing? Is
No,
this
no.
seriously why I can't ever get a hold of you? You actually go to bed by, give me the routine. Tell me how it goes down.
No. First
8
of all,
o'clock rolls around, foot
Holly-
pajamas roll on.
Holly, if I take a phone call from you, let's say at 8:30, by 11:30 when you're finished with your soliloquy, I don't
Wait,
have
what?
time.
I gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes I ramble, soliloquy.
Yeah, so 3 hour, so I know not to take a phone call from you after
No, that's not
I
true.
turn my
You're
phone
trying,
off
you know
at
what?
8:14.
You can't go here because you know what, dude? You're an old man who goes to bed at 8 o'clock.
Get out of
You
here.
totally got busted.
This has been a great show.
8 o'clock,
for
people.
Holly Love,
Tripp
I'm
Mitchell,
Tripp
lights
Mitchell.
out.
We'll see you next time.
I don't understand. What are we going to talk about?
Don't worry. I'm in charge.
Wow. Us all. Help me. I don't know what's happening. I don't have any control. Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
And welcome to another edition of Talk Mitchell.
Wow.
I just made a mistake. That's never happened.
Nope.